But I mean, right now, the US president is saying there's got to be a ceasefire. There's a ratcheting of rhetoric from the UK. I mean, at some point, is Netanyahu going to have to give in to this?
I think that he would have to. I think that there's a lot of pressure and he would have to do something different. I know that the war is not something that Israelis want. I just came back from Israel the other day and my family are all shattered. Israelis are not in a good place. They want this war to be over. And I think that's what we are focusing on right now, to try and finish it. But the truth is that Israel has been giving over and over again suggestions for a ceasefire agreement, for negotiating with Hamas and trying to achieve a deal to release the hostages, but Hamas is saying no, because all of this is exactly what Hamas wants. There are two wars here. There's a war in the battlefield and there's a PR war. And the PR war is playing perfectly for Hamas, that is not distinguishing between civilians and terrorists. When they say that 32,000 people are dead, we know that majority of them are, I mean, at least 13,000 of them are Hamas terrorists, and they don't report them.
Sorry, let me just, can I just factually rebut?
Can I just say, we don't know that.
There.
We don't know that 13,000 of those people are Hamas terrorists.
No, can I just actually correct that?
Oh, I can't bring you in over, but I think we've got to be clear about that. Owen, I will come to you right now. I can sense your exasperation when you were looking at Mark talking about Joe Biden's comments and there.
Well, to be clear, Israel has said 9,000 so-called terrorists have been killed, but as the Israeli newspaper Haaretz pointed out, they include those who cross into a kill zone with an invisible line, including many civilians, and when they cross, they are then posthumously termed terrorists with no evidence whatsoever. 40,000 Palestinians are likely to have been killed or more in Gaza because the official statistics exclude those buried under the rubble. Now, the point about Joe Biden and his position there, Joe Biden's hot air all the way through has been a defining feature of this conflict, so-called conflict, genocidal onslaught against the people of Gaza. He has armed and backed Israel as it has caused so much destruction. A large majority of Gaza's civilian infrastructure is now severely damaged or destroyed, so Gaza is now a different colour and texture when looked at from space, where around 13,000 plus children have died violent, horrible deaths, either with their buildings coming down on top of them or being burned and cooked slowly to death or suffocated or both at the same time. And that point, which I did think was editorialising on the part of your journalist, was that it was beyond any doubt or any reason that, it was completely unthinkable that the US could pull the plug on arms because that would then pose an existential threat to Israel. That's in Israel's court. Israel has decided to starve the people of Gaza, the fastest drop in the nutritional status of a population in recorded history, the most severe famine since World War II now beckons. You have people in the north at the moment who are starving to death and eating animal feed in order to live. As David Cameron, Foreign Secretary, not someone I normally quote, detailed in a letter which led, I would note, to the sacking of the Israeli spokesperson Elon Levy, which is probably why you don't have him on your news channel anymore, is because Elon Levy made false statements about aid trucks being allowed in, which then David Cameron went through and said that wasn't true. Israel had gone to great lengths to stop them coming in. The point I'm making is, Israel, all the way through this, has been razing civilian infrastructure to the ground. It has conducted the biggest killing of aid workers in recorded history.